Welcome inside Raymond Harbor Fieldhouse, everybody. Jacob Toby alongside my broadcast partner, Dion Amati. Very important game for both teams here today. Eastern Oklahoma State taking on Seminole State. Seminole State trying to advance in the standings, and Eastern Oklahoma looking for its first conference win of the season.
Yeah, a team that's going through a little bit of adversity. I mean, going through some injuries, some girls not here tonight, but still looking to get their first win like you just said. On the other side, Seminole State playing very well. I'm talking about a team that's performing to the peak of their abilities, especially at the three-point line. We'll talk about that a little bit more later going on, but I'm telling you, this team is going to be fun to watch, both of them.
The Seminoles, the best three-point shooting team in all of Division I, shooting it at above 47%. How do the Mountaineers stop that?
Well, they got a task on their hands. They're going to have to guard the perimeter very well. I'm talking about be aggressive outside. As soon as those girls cross half court, you got to be on them because they can pull up from anywhere.
All right, should be an exciting one. We'll get started here. Take a look at the starting lineups as play is just about to go underway. The starting lineup first for Seminole State. It's going to be Summer Jones at the guard position. Trey Quarles also at the guard position. A lot of guards and small forwards these days playing in the starting lineup. Jamie Clark, Hannah Ash, Kaylin Richardson, the starters for Seminole State, manned by head coach Rita Story-Shell in her 18th season. And then on the other side, Eastern Oklahoma State coming in 6-12, 0-5 in the conference, like we just mentioned. Tamia Butler, Kenzie Patton, Brittany Gabriel, Kenesha Bush, and Annalie Rodriguez will start for Eastern Oklahoma. And the Mountaineers get the ball first. Easy shot put in by Gabriel.
Yeah, and right there, they just kind of one of those situations, beginning of the game, not really focused entirely on defense, and they let up an easy basket over there to start off the game by number 21, one of those three-point shooting girls, Hannah Ash, that we'll be talking a lot more about throughout the process of the game.
Yes, we will. You are right about that.
And right there, that's something that Eastern is going to have to do a lot of. They're going to have to rely on their bigs. Seminole State kind of going small to early in this game and probably primarily. So they're going to have to get their offense done down low.
Nice drive. So a quick 4-0 start for Seminole. Back the other way come the Mountaineers. Again, 0-5 in the conference, Region 2 coming into this game. They need their first conference win of the season.
Good job with the offensive rebound over there by number 21, Brittany Gabriel.
Long three is good by Bush. She shoots it at 36%.
And it's funny, we see our first three-pointer of the night, and it's from the other side.
We also see our first turnover of the night with a missed layup on the other end by Butler. And back the other way, Seminole State. Hannah Ash with the bucket and a timeout. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. A quick pace to start.
Yeah, and it seemed like a little lackadaisical play early in this game defensively by this Eastern Oklahoma State team. But good job on the offensive end, though. I mean, we just mentioned that first three by Bush was kind of surprising. But she is a player that can get it done in the post and on the outside. So look for that to continue, especially if you start heating up. You might start throwing up some heat checks.
So it's early 6-3 lead for Seminole State. Butler will bring it up. A long three-pointer off the mark by Mackenzie Patton. And we were broadcasting last week high school basketball. They're still taking those threes that deep.
They're still taking them deep. It's kind of a situation right now where Eastern is saying, we know you guys can shoot some threes. So the fact of the matter is, to beat you, we're going to have to do what you do, so we're going to take some ourselves.
Bush passing inside. Patton.
And that's a
Rather,
good.
that was Gabriel.
That's a good job by Bush finding Gabriel in transition and getting her the ball. Good job by Gabriel going up strong and finishing off the play.
Missed layup inside by Grover. One-point lead for Seminole. To Maya Butler, sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, trying to shake and bake, spinning, floater, can't bank it home. She falls on her back. Offensive rebound by Gabriel is put in, and she's fouled.
And that's the thing right now that's hurting this Seminole State team. The offensive board is going towards this Eastern Oklahoma team. That's 2 offensive rebounds that's gotten them second chance points. Right there you see the replay of number 21 for this Eastern Oklahoma team. Gabriel in transition, getting the easy 2 points. Good job by our teammate, number 42, Bush.
Cheyenne James checking in for the first time, taking out Gabriel. 8-6 Eastern lead. So the girls on right now, the guys team coming up next. Jones can't hit from the top. Want to get it back in the corner, but stolen by Butler on the left side. Shorthands the layup. And jump ball.
One of the things you're noticing right now is both of these teams kind of missing some easy baskets early in this game. Kind of the difference between Eastern being ahead by a lot more right now is they missed about 2 or 3 layups.
Bush, step back. Can't hit the bench. Does love that move, though.
Yeah, they do. And she looked like she was confident in it.
The Mountaineers coming off a 76-62 loss to Northern Oklahoma. Tonkawa. Clark connects for 3.
And look to see a lot more of that going on. I feel like three-point shooting teams are of the ability to, when they make, continue to make. And so right now, you hadn't seen anything as of late go with their way offensively, but right now, it's going all Eastern's way. We'll see how they look, though, later on in the game with that less depth than Seminole has.
Ash answers Bush's shot with a 3.
What did I tell you? Streaky, streaky, streaky three-point contest. I feel it.
Back and forth we go early on here in Seminole, Oklahoma. Butler, product of Maynard Jackson High School. Patton trying to spin and threw it to nobody but the referee.
And that was good help defense by number 22, Richards, over there. She saw the player coming down the lane, puts a hand out and gets a deflection on the ball. But right there you see number 20, Jamie Clark, put up that big-time 3 to get this Seminole State team going offensively.
Bush with the up fake, can't get it to go. Ball kept alive, back under. She can't finish again. She's calling for a foul. And then she's pressing back the other way, and she'll get called for a foul.
I'm telling you, they got to do better on the rebounds. The rebounds are killing them right now. Eastern doing a good job on the offensive boards.
Deep 3, Clark again. A 53% three-point shooter coming in.
That 53, we're seeing 100% right now.
That is why Seminole State first in all of Division I in three-point shooting, 46.5%.
I like the way the referees are calling the game right now. It seems like they're really letting these girls play and figure it out on their own early in this contest.
So far you have to watch out for Jamie Clark from straight away. Maybe from the wing, she fakes, passes inside to Quarles. She has to go to the top. Summer Jones can't hit for three.
Rainbow three on the miss.
Bush lost it. Looked like she wanted to take that step in three.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying right there. I think that kind of cost this Eastern Oklahoma team an easy basket right there. She really wanted that three-point shot. She wanted to pull it back and step back and get the three off. If she would have just continued towards the basket, the pass would have been on the point of the trajectory to go in for the easy layup.
I mean, right now, Bush is balling. She's coming in averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds, shooting 43% from the field, and right now carrying this Eastern team. Jones fouled. And it will go against Pamela Glover. Or rather, Mackenzie Patton. That's her first.
I believe that's Summer Jones over there taking the free throws, leading scorer for this Seminole State team.
And just at 13 points, it's not like they need a 25-point-per-game score. They are spreading it out really well.
And that's one of the things you see. It's one of those situations where a team has a primary scorer, and that kid picks up 30 points a night, and the rest of the surrounding cast kind of get 5 or so. But this is a team that kind of spreads the ball evenly around. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can, you know, put up some post moves and get some buckets. So that's why you see the leading scorer with, and I don't want to say only as far as a negative standpoint because it's kind of a positive, but essentially, for lack of a better word, she only needs 13 points a game to help this team win, and that's what leads this team.
Long three. Patton hits. We are seeing some bombs right now. Mackenzie Patton, the leading scorer for the Mountaineers. Trying to answer back was Clark. She can't connect. Fast breaking back the other way. Patton gets the layup opportunity, but she misses underneath. The follow by Delcid Rosado was off, and a foul is called.
I believe they called it a travel, actually, on number 21, Hannah Ash. And the Eastern Oklahoma State Mountaineer coaching staff did not agree with that call right there.
Head coach Brandon Taylor having a chat with the referee. Referees today, Mark Perry, Marcus Crandall, and Allison Frey. As a three-pointer goes in right there, 19-16. It's actually a two-pointer by Jones.
And they call Jones a crafty player, somebody who really gets it done with extraordinary abilities. Then you see a crafty shot being put up right there by number 23, James.
Yeah, James puts it down. She'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Man, I'll tell you one thing, man. These three-point shots are really falling for both teams early in this game.
Can't convert. 1 point lead for Seminole. To the corner for three. It's good. Guess who? It's Clark. I mean, 53% coming into this game.
I think she's missed one.
Yeah. Back the other way. Patton thought about a long range but it's stolen on the other end by Jones. 2-on-1. Jones, bounce pass underneath. Quarles for 2.
And that's a great job by Summer Jones, reading the transition right there, waiting until that player commits and then getting the assist. Good job by number 13 as well, Quantrellis, finishing on the layup.
Gabriel missing that jump shot. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Underneath. Ball goes out of bounds off of Seminole.
And that's a good job defensively over there in the post by Brittany Gabriels and James, number 23, being strong, going straight up and not allowing her to any daylight to get the ball in the basket.
Patton hits a 3. My goodness.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that's one of the top 3-point scorers in the division right there, or maybe the nation, huh?
35% from 3. Foul called underneath. And the referees have to discuss for a moment. Mark Perry and Marcus Crandall. It'll go against Patton. That's her second personal foul. First free throw from Clark. Oh, now they're going to change it to James with the foul instead of Patton.
Good thing you use a pencil, huh?
Tonight I do. I don't know why. I usually use a pen, actually. Gabriel will get to the free throw line. Foul looks to be against Grover.
Looks like a discussion's going on over here at the scorer's table to make sure the fouls are going to the right players.
Kind of had a really fast start, and then it slowly started to pace up a bit.
Simmer down just a little bit.
Yeah. Free throw's good from Brittany Gabriel, the freshman from Spring Valley, New York. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. 4-point lead for Seminole. Nice pass inside. Grover can't hit. Patton for 3. Maybe have gotten bumped in the air. She fell down.
Yikes, I mean, I think that was a questionable call, if anything.
Last shot here for the Bells. Jones can't hit. Almost an offensive rebound by Grover. 5 seconds to go. Back the other way. Gabriel taking it all herself. Underneath. Does it count to Patton? It does. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. Mackenzie Patton driving baseline. Getting the pass. And it's a 2-point lead. 26-24 for Seminole. We'll take a short break and be right back with the second quarter.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Well, the first quarter started off high pace, and it slowed down a bit. A 2-point lead for Seminole over Eastern. Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amade. Fun first quarter.
It really was. I mean, first of all, Eastern doing a great job offensively, especially on the rebounds. And then those 3 balls were falling for both sides, especially with number 20 for the Seminole State team, Jamie Clark. She had 4 in the first quarter alone. So hopefully that continues.
Patton driving baseline, she misses, but James grabs the rebound, throws it back up and gets fouled. James from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, product of Coral Springs High School. She's a freshman. Can't hit the first. There's actually a lot of Florida players on the Mountaineers squad. One of their recruiting directors lived in Florida, so they have a majority of their players from Florida.
Just goes to show you it's not what you know, but it's who you know.
Juliana Del Cid Rosado, or otherwise known as Juju, also from Florida. Patton maybe getting fouled. She's down, slow to get up. But back the other way comes Butler with a steal. Patton can't hit. Mountaineers active on defense.
Man, that was a very aggressive transition defense right there. Still, these layups are going to be costly towards the end of the game when you look back on it. Both of these teams missing easy shots. Seminole changing their offensive set real quickly.
Quarles looking inside, gets batted away. Thing about Patton is she can push by herself, grab the rebound, and then push.
Uh-huh. You see, she looks a little shaken up, but it looks like she's fighting through it.
Del Cid Rosado, shut off baseline. Nice defense by Victoria Vickers, who just checked in. Spinning back the other way is Gabriel. She can't hit, saved underneath her own basket by the Bells. Shooter in the corner. Callan driving baseline, passing it off to Pittman underneath for Chambers.
And that was a great play by Richards to see the transition of the offense and the flow of it, and to the hit number 40, Chambers down low for the easy 2 points.
Patton with another long-range 3. I mean, that is, 40 feet of long range.
I'm telling you, both of these teams, I mean, we anticipated Seminole being very aggressive with the 3-point shooting, but it looks like Eastern Oklahoma State is.
Butler, count it, and a foul. Sidestepping her way for 2.
Hard foul right there.
Yeah, Vickers gets called for it. Butler easily to the rack.
Man, Butler, for her to still continue to go up strong and put that basket, make the basket after that hard foul, very impressive.
Butler puts it in.
Making it a 1-point game early in this second quarter.
28-27. Three-pointer off the mark from Callan. Del Cid Rosado thought about shooting that 3 on the wing, but a bad pass by Butler inside. Back the other way. Richardson trying to go coast to coast, and an offensive foul. Coming back in for the Mountaineers, Mackenzie Patton. coming out, Cheyenne James. Coach Brandon Taylor calling out Tulsa 2.
I got a
Believe
play
that's
call.
where I reside.
Same here.
We both reside. Patton can't hit, players down. 4 players down the other way. Quarles to the corner. Callan off on the 3. Offensive rebound. Foul underneath.
And as we anticipated, the tempo is very much slowed down from the first quarter, but not a lot of shots and baskets being made as well.
Callan fakes the shot in the corner for 3. Jones inside. Chambers is fouled.
And they're so,
No, it will be a jump ball.
and it is such a disadvantage for Seminole State down there in the post. They cannot get anything going from inside the perimeter. Eastern Oklahoma State is going to have to take advantage of that.
Seminole coming into this game off an 80-71 win at Murray State on the 14th, just 3 days ago. Butler. Rodriguez. Butler whizzes it out to the top of the three-point line for Delcid Rosado.
And with that shot, they take the lead.
And the lead, you're right, 30-28. The men's basketball teams have started to pile into this gym, so expect it to get a little bit louder. Vickers, cross-court pass. Callan can't hit. (30-28) lead for Eastern, and a blocking foul down low. Called against Vickers, that's her second. We excuse our technical difficulties. Our scoreboard is not working, but if you look up to your right on the screen, you can kind of see the scoreboard. We'll give it to you as soon as we can. 5:21 left to go in the first half.
And with Eastern up 30-28, it's kind of surprising. I mean, we anticipated coming into this ball game that we'd see some terrific offensive scoring from the Seminole State team, where a fast-paced game where they're moving up and down well and shooting some threes and having some fun. But right now, you got to give it up to the coaching staff of this Eastern Oklahoma State team, because he's doing a great job with the rotation of his players. I mean, they're not that deep. They don't have much players on the bench. We talked about earlier there, we talked about that in the open, how they face some adversity. There's not a lot of girls here. I mean, I think they're running 9 to 8 deep right now on the bench. So for them to be still in this game and not sucking wind at all, playing transition basketball, scoring threes, doing what they got to do to get this W. For the other side, for Seminole State, though, you would anticipate them pushing the ball a lot more than what they have been the rest of the way.
Delcid Rosado connects, the sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Not a bad place to reside. Shot was blocked in the air. Basket underneath counts. Michaela Chambers.
And that was a monster move by Chambers right there. A shot by Hannah Ash, which probably should have been a foul right there, but no worries. Chambers sees the ball in the air. She goes up and gets it, and she finishes strong and has a chance for an and one.
Foul on Rodriguez. Her first. Chance to tie this game up. She does so. 31 all. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amade, bringing you this game on Bravado Wireless. Thanks for tuning in. Got the guys game coming up next, so stay tuned all night long. Turnover forced by the Bells. Nice bounce pass underneath, and Clark is fouled.
And that's a good job on both ends. Chambers first offensively getting the rebound and going up strong and getting the and one. And then on the defensive side, good job boxing out the post player and getting the ball and turning it into offense for the Seminole State team.
Rodriguez with her second personal foul. Clark at the line, 5'8" sophomore from Washington, Oklahoma. Averaging over 8 points per game. Like I said, 53% from three and 90% from the free throw line. So you don't see her miss too often. Bush through the legs. We have seen her do some fancy footwork. She floats it up for two. She makes it look easy.
It really did. I mean, I had to double take right there when I saw her put it between the legs, but then she didn't even look at the basket, just throws it up, and a nice little floater over there.
Jones fading away in the paint, gets it to roll. Jones, so important for this team.
And that's the crafty athlete that we've come accustomed to, and that's the one that we came here to see. She does a good job. Eastern Oklahoma setting up that trap defense, and she finds a way to wiggle through, get her offensive player to see her flash, and she gets the easy two.
Bush guarded by Ash, a little mismatch down low. Kept alive by the Mountaineers, but a missed layup underneath by Gabriel. And Seminole will look to push. But Jones couldn't handle the bounce pass underneath.
And that's an opportunity they wish they could have had back right there. Just too hard of a bounce pass from Hannah Ash to Summer Jones. You can see the frustration on both of their faces as they know, man, we could have had a 2-point play right there and gone up by 3.
Coming up on Bravado Wireless, January 24th to the 26th. The Shakota Crossroads Classic. January 28th, Connors State at Seminole State. And then the Bravado Buzz weekly talk show, February 1st. And then February 4th, Murray State at Eastern. Well, coming into this game, we knew that three-point shooting would be part of the plan for the Bells. Talking with head coach Rita Story-Shell, I asked her about the three-point shooting, and she said, we're just rolling with it. It's part of our game plan. They run the floor, they set lots of screens, and they hit threes. 3:35 left to go in the first half. Seminole up by 1. Driving to the rack and then kicking out was Patton. Step back three from Delcito Bravado is off the mark.
And great defense over there by Seminole State. And they turn it into a free throw shooting opportunity over here. You can see the fast break offense by Ash over here. But Summers was down there by herself. Summer Jones, number 3, calling for the basket. Ash coming down the court, has to keep her head up and get the easy 2.
Ash from Dale, Oklahoma. 5'9" sophomore. Buries both free throws, 36-33, with 3:15 left to go in the first half.
It's funny, I was talking to the assistant, Jordan Williams, over there, and she told me that Hannah Ash initially wasn't a three-point shooter. This is a girl that they came in the summertime, and during the offseason they told her, we want you to practice your threes because we're going to need you to take some. And right now you look at her stats for the season. I mean, she's 8 of 14 from three-point line, and she's 57% three-point shooter.
Bush just pushing away Hannah Ash. Misses the shot in the paint. Corner 3, Patton.
And she's just got a smooth stroke right there. Smooth shooter stroke.
Game tied up at 36. Coming in for Seminole, to say it's Ainsworth. Well, we were told before this game was on the fence to be playing today because she was injured, but she is in there right now, averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds on the season. Fast break looking to be pushed. Patton pushes it to Bush. She misses the layup.
Those easy baskets, there have been a lot of them in this game.
Chambers is fouled down low, and the student section has found its way into the gym. Foul on Gabriel, second personal foul, and there is that Seminole State fan section. They got signs and everything.
Look at that, face paint over there. I see some face paint.
Yeah, face paint. Of course, the guys' game coming up next. Hopefully they'll stick around for that. Tied up at 36. Chambers with the basket. Seminole takes the lead, 37-36. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Underneath, Bush can't get it to go. I mean, Bush is getting every single shot she wants.
Yeah.
She's just not finishing.
Exactly. That's exactly the case right there. And right now you see these teams going to the free throw lineup, and I'm assuming that they're in the bonus. Look at me right there. If you look at the scoreboard, I'm guessing that's what that B means over there by that 37 points.
Nice observation, my friend.
Thanks. I did go to college.
Yeah, you like to remind me that you didn't just play football at Oklahoma State. You were a finance major?
Yes,
Accounting?
sir.
Finance?
Finance and a minor in accounting.
Oh, that's what it was.
There you go.
Yep.
Can't forget the minor there.
Yeah, well, I graduated in 3 years, so beat that.
Touche. Touche.
I'm just kidding. We're having fun.
Always.
3-point lead for Seminole. Miss J by Butler. Jones with speed. Guarded by Butler. That's a great matchup to watch. Pass whizzed inside to Grover. Kicked out. Clark shot off baseline. Jones wide open on a wing for 3. Front rim. Offensive rebound. Butler saying she didn't touch it, and look at her face. She is beside herself.
And the coaching staff is not happy. They have.
Yep. Brandon Taylor a little upset about that call, but he's saying, let's play on. Quarles. And that's a travel.
And I was just about to say that's what they call home court advantage. And then on the other side of things, Grover gets the travel.
1 minute remaining. 39-36 in favor of Seminole.
Eastern Oklahoma State trying to set up the offense right here. Not a lot of movement as of yet.
And one. Opportunity for Patton. Leading scorer for the Mountaineers.
And Patton's been really doing some work. And this time she doesn't do it from beyond the arc. She actually gets some dribble penetration and goes up strong. And then, as she's accustomed to doing, she gets the old-fashioned three-pointer this time.
This free throw can tie the game. Book that one. 48.7 seconds in the first half. Who will lead going into halftime? Jones on the free throw line is fouled, reached in by Grover, believe.
And that shouldn't even happen right there. That's got to be a communication between the Seminole State Bells team. They got to communicate around the horn, not just defensively, but offensively. You see a defender coming up behind your teammate, you got to talk to her and let her know there's somebody there in your backside window that's waiting to take the ball away. You can't sit there and watch. You have to participate in the game by any means necessary.
Jones from Edmond, Oklahoma. Last time out versus Murray State, 18 points, 4 of 5 from 3 with 2 steals, and she started the last 6 games. 2-point lead for Seminole, 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Stolen by Grover, and she's fouled.
And that's a good job by Grover. She was anticipating that the whole time, waiting for that pass to be in there. She calculates it beautifully and gets the steal and the foul, and she goes to the free throw line.
Grover from Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, missing the first free throw. She shoots free throws at a 68% clip. She started 12 out of 14 games. Puts down the free throw, makes it a 3-point game. 24 seconds left. Kenesha Bush, in and out dribble. No look pass inside. Handled by Crutchfield. Back out, long 3 from Patton, can't bank it home. They get it back, 7 seconds left. And the shot banked home by James. 3 seconds remaining. Back the other way. The shot is blocked, and that's how the first half will end. A 1-point lead for Seminole over Eastern. My Lord, lots of threes.
A lot of action right there, especially late into the second quarter. So it's going to be a fun one in this second half. I anticipate a strong, more organized game. You got to anticipate, though, that this team over here for Seminole State is going to kick up the pace. You got to see this bench over here. I mean, there's not a lot of players for Eastern Oklahoma State, so they're going to kick up the tempo like they discussed over there in pregame, and you're going to check out some of these replays while we talk about it as well.
And that's just some of the examples of long-range threes we've seen Patton go for and hit, and then Clark on the other end, the same thing. They have no filter. It's just all go from 3.
Yeah, and I don't remember if Clark hit any threes in that second quarter, but in the first quarter, she was 4 of 5 in the first quarter alone at the 3-point line. So hopefully she can get that going a little bit more here in the second half.
And the inside game as well is good. Chambers finishing on that end.
Just a beautiful pass from Richards.
And this is Butler in transition. That's what she does. She got the N1 on that one. In Butler's game, she controls a lot of the game, but she can also speed it up.
Yeah, and she's more of a dribble penetration kind of a player. As you can see, Bush going up with that easy floater right there. But Butler, she's a penetration right there. Late in the second quarter, you could see the Seminole players hanging back on her, trying to dare her to shoot. She pulled up a couple of times. None of them were made an attempt, but she's going to have to shoot some of those here in the second half because they're going to lay off her and not let her get into the basket and into the lane.
Alrighty, a 1-point lead for Seminole over Eastern. We'll take a short break. Stay with us here on Bravado Wireless for the second half.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back. First half over. Second half just about to begin. Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amade. 42-41 lead for Seminole. And we were just talking with the head coach for Seminole. She said they're letting the threes fly.
Yeah, they truly are. It's one of the things we didn't anticipate happening for this Eastern Oklahoma team. We thought it was going to be the other side, Seminole State getting it done from beyond the arc. But Eastern Oklahoma State says, no, sirree, we can do it as well. So they're getting it done in the first half. But also, offensive boards is killing the Seminole State team. Right now, they're playing a lot of small ball. Eastern Oklahoma is not, and they're getting it done, crashing the boards, getting some rebounds, and really, it's been the difference in this game.
Jamie Clark with a big first half, and then on the other side for the Mountaineers, it was Mackenzie Patton, threes flying everywhere. I don't think that'll change in the second half.
I hope it doesn't. I mean, I want to see a lot more transition basketball. That's what I anticipate Seminole State doing, running around, tiring out this Eastern Oklahoma State team, and getting themselves ahead where they can put some easy baskets up.
We have the men's game coming up next, so stay tuned for that. Again, Eastern Oklahoma State coming in 0-5 in the Region 2 Conference in JUCO Division 1. The Bells coming in 3-1 in the Region 2 Conference. At the top of the conference is Northern Oklahoma College of Enid, 5-0. Connors State follows them at 4-1. Then it's Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College at 3-1. Then it's Seminole. Eastern Oklahoma State 9th out of 10 spots. The last spot filled by Arkansas Baptist. But they have held on pretty well here. 1 point lead for Seminole. And the one thing we are missing on the floor right now is the officials. That is why we have been waiting.
I hope they didn't get lost.
I don't believe they did. I'm gonna have to go referee. You have to handle the broadcast duties, my friend.
I think I don't mind that. You know, I'd rather be back here than over there.
Yeah, I don't think I
have fun sweating.
I've reffed one game in my life.
How was that?
It was a charity event.
Okay.
So it didn't really matter.
Well,
it didn't really matter.
Well, have fun sweating your suit out.
Well, I'll take the jacket. Oh, there they are. There they're coming back. Crowd cheering them on. Are you ready for a second half?
You know what? I'm ready as I'll ever get.
Okay. Let's saddle up and get going.
Ride 'em, cowboy. Get it?
All right, yeah. Enough.
Because I'm a cowboy?
Yeah. How many cowboy mentions can we have tonight?
Not enough. Go Pokes.
You never know who's a Pokes fan or a Sooners fan until you really talk to them.
First sentence.
Crutchfield driving, shut off. Back the other way. Ainsworth all the way. Missed the layup. That was a quick rebound and outlet.
And she was just coming in too hot. The momentum carrying her from the speed coming down the court was too hard off the glass, and another missed layup for both of these teams.
Bush fakes the three, jab step on the wing, down low. Gabriel is fouled.
It's interesting to see both of these teams kind of making adjustments with their starting lineup in the second half. Number 4 for this Eastern Oklahoma State team, Crutchfield, coming in to start the second half, and she was originally on the bench, and then looks like that player who just dribbled down the court and had all that penetration, Ainsworth, came in off the bench, and she didn't originally start the first half.
Head coach Rita Story-Shell going with some new lineup decisions. She was not happy after the first half, only being up by 1. Now the game is tied up at 42. Quarles will get to the line.
And she went in hard. Came down even harder. First free throw is good by Quarles.
foul was on Gabriel. That's her third. Second free throw down for Trachelle Quarles, or they call her Trey. We'll call her Trey, because that's easier to say.
We'll go with Trey.
From Oklahoma City. Patton was dangerous in the first half. Bush can't hit. Offensive rebound, kept alive. Down to Bush. Jab step. Nice move, just can't connect. She shakes her head.
And that's a good job by Chambers, number 40, with the help defense over there.
Can't leave Clark open. She'll do that for three. Another one for Jamie Clark.
Good job right there. Dribble penetration. They kick the ball out, and they find their favorite target of the evening, Clark.
Nice opportunity for Ainsworth. 2-on-1. Clark can't finish. Offensive rebound and put back up by Ainsworth. She's fouled. She has 2 free throws coming her way. Let's take a look.
And check out the look at the replay right there. You hit Clark with the sweet spot, that corner 3, and she puts it in 4-3.
Foul on Crutchfield. So 6-point lead for Seminole. Crutchfield will come out. Along with Gabriel.
It looks like number 23, James, is going to check into the ball game along with number 11, Butler.
And Butler did not start the second half. She did start this game. There she is with the ball right now on the right wing.
Doing a good job rotating that ball in that 2-3 defense.
Quarles. Clark thought about a pull-up 3, but she went to pass it into Chambers, but it goes off her hands. And
pass was just a little too high right there. But you can see what this team is capable of doing. They like that kind of pace of the game. They like running and pushing and getting up the field, getting up the court and scoring quickly.
Butler to the corner. Delcid Rosado called for too many steps.
And you can see the pace picking up on both sides now. You can see, Seminole setting that tone. Eastern trying to battle back and causing a little bit of chaos, especially with that turnover right there off the travel.
Ainsworth can't connect after the pass from Ash. Kenesha Bush, sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida, gives it up to Butler. Butler spinning, nice dish inside, collected well and put back up. Nicely done by James.
Interesting to see. We haven't seen number 3, Summer Jones, the leading scorer of the Seminole State team, in this half at all.
And both coaches making some changes.
I don't really see her on the bench as well.
Long 3 way off the mark by Patton, doesn't even hit the rim.
Yeah, and this Eastern Oklahoma State team has gone a little cold.
Chambers, count it, and a foul. The freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma, putting it in. And Seminole starting to gain some momentum.
And you can see Jones over there on your screen. In the corner right there, getting taped up a little bit.
Butler carries it nicely. The cradle can't finish. Rebound ripped down by Chambers. Back the other way we go. Clark, Ash, down low. Chambers lost it, but it goes off of the Mountaineers. 23 seconds on the shot clock.
And those transition baskets and those layups are still being a key point in this situation where they're missing shots.
Clark maybe had an open opportunity for her to pull the trigger in the corner right off that inbounds pass, but she doesn't want it.
She kind of turned her back towards the inbound pass as well. So she kind of got it to her late because of that.
Ash lost it out of bounds. Butler orchestrating this offense. Bush can't get anything to go. Ainsworth, bounce pass, back to Clark, wide open wing three, you bet. Puts it in, and a timeout called by Eastern Oklahoma State, a 10-point lead.
And that's a great job by Quarles, knowing where her players are and knowing who to get the ball to. That transition offense right there, it pays to be aware. Eyes in the back of her head, she turns around, gives it to Jamie Clark, and she nails the three.
First double-digit lead of this game. And that crowd doing a lot right now for Seminole. Eastern Oklahoma struggling on offense right now. And they've gone through some adversity to start this season. Down 3 players in the fall from not returning. Trying to readjust to that. They've also had a couple injuries as well, headlined by Jocelyn Guzman, who's out with a torn ACL. In the first game against NEO, got hurt on a layup. Another turnover.
Quick hands over there by number 10, Vickers.
Clark on the offensive rebound. Wide open in the corner was Ash. She bounce passes down low. Nice finish by Ainsworth.
And that's an excellent pass by Hannah Ash. She does that thing where she dribbles in just to get a clearer view and a nicer angle on the pass, delivers the bounce pass, and goes up strong to get the 2 points.
Another turnover by the Mountaineers. Delcid Rosado goes right off her hands. Annalie Rodriguez.
And I'll tell you one thing.
Comes in.
Excuse me. Seminoles fixed that offensive rebounding problem. I don't know if it's one of those situations where the ball's just bouncing their way this time, but it seems like they got it handled.
Ash, wing three, off the mark.
That
would have made it a 15-point lead.
That's her first attempt of the game.
Patton, a big three, much needed for the Mountaineers. Lead down to 9. Wide open three. Vickers answers. She claps her hands and she switches. Patton can't hit. That's a surprise that she missed. Oh, nice move to the basket, but just can't finish. Bush once more struggling on the offensive side. Quick trigger by Summer Jones, no good. And Ash will get to the free throw line. Foul looked to be on Rodriguez. It's actually going to be on Delcid. Oh, no, it is on Rodriguez. Ash hits the first, coming in Deborah Crutchfield. They call her Debo, if you were interested. And just looking at your wrist, I mean, you're flaunting this amazing looking watch. Trying to make me feel bad that I can't get that myself?
I'm not saying that you can't. I mean, you probably got to play in the Fiesta Bowl to get it.
That's how you got the watch, huh? As Butler goes down.
Nice. It's a nice story. We'll tell it one of these days.
Maybe I'll go to the Fiesta Bowl one day. Who knows?
That's a very high probability.
Jones. And like you said, did not start the second half, but is back out there. Ash got blocked by Bush.
And they're calling a technical.
Against who? Referees discussing again. Mark Perry, Marcus Crandall, and Allison Frey discussing. I saw a technical signal.
I saw a T as well. T means technical in my book.
Ash will shoot the tee. Unsportsmanlike technical foul called on Kenesha Bush. She's struggled on the offensive side. Maybe got a little emotional.
Some frustration being displayed on this Eastern Oklahoma State team.
Ainsworth to shoot the tee. She shoots free throws at a 68% clip. Lead starting to grow for Seminole.
And it started to pick up as soon as they decided to get into their transition offense. Picked up the pace, they picked up the scoring, and everything's been going their way ever since.
And when you're down, the technicals really don't help your team at all.
Giving easy baskets away.
Butler, yes, and a foul. They need Butler big time right now.
Yeah, they really do. For her to dribble and penetrate and get those three-point opportunities.
Foul on Vickers. That's her third. Another foul down low.
And they get the offensive rebound. That was the story of the first half. I thought they got it fixed here in the third quarter, but it rears its ugly head again.
Michaela Chambers, her first foul down low. So Cheyenne James, the freshman from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Again, Kenesha Bush from Jacksonville, Florida. Cheyenne James from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Deborah Crutchfield from Palm Bay, Florida. Alona McGee, who isn't playing today, from Cocoa, Florida. And Jocelyn Guzman from New York, but went to school at Coral Springs with Cheyenne James. And also Delcid Rosado. Those three went to Coral Springs High School. 10-point game, 63-53, 2:24 remaining in the third quarter. Jacob Toby alongside Dion Amate. Thanks for tuning in to Bravado Wireless.
And the turnover off the inbound pass from Butler. Just an awkward bounce. And number 23, James, couldn't handle it.
Also talking with Seminole State head coach Rita Story-Shell on which win impressed her the most this year. She goes, just any conference win. She was happy with them. She'd love to get one again tonight. Bush down low, Patton, but it's an offensive foul.
And Vickers been trying to get that all day, and she finally gets the charge, but she pays for it. You can see she gets up a little gingerly.
Clark comes back in as well as Grover coming out. Hannah Ash and Michaela Chambers. Delson Rosado coming in. Butler to sit. Vickers can't hit. Offensive rebound. They've done a nice job of doing that and then converting on the next possession.
Second chance points, second chance opportunities. Always helps.
Pass almost stolen. Summer Jones can't get it to roll in. Underneath for Grover. She can't hit. Another offensive rebound. This time by Vickers. Back to Jones.
And she just has great touch on those mid-range shots over there. You can see those three-pointers aren't falling for her tonight, but when she gets inside and she just throws up a nice soft little jumper, it always seems to fall in and give her the roll.
Patton went to go shoot it, airballed, but then an offensive rebound for the Mountaineers turns into a foul.
And that's got to be the fourth on Vicker, if I'm mistaken.
That's four. Cheyenne James to the line. I mentioned James and Guzman and Delson Rosado all going to Coral Springs High School. James is on the all-time Coral Springs team. That's how good she was there. Came to Eastern Oklahoma State because she wanted to experience the environment to play basketball, and her favorite athlete is Candace Parker. LA Sparks WNBA player.
She's one of my favorite athletes too. We have that in common.
40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 2-3 zone. More like a 1-3-1. Inside, Grover fouled. Brandon Taylor saying arms were straight up.
Just the referee disagrees with that. And you can see this.
And that is 5 personal fouls on Bush. She's done.
You can see the Eastern Oklahoma State coach a little frustrated by the call, and you can, but he's doing a good job. I mean, with only 3 players on the bench, he's done a good job. Every time you get into a situation where they're shooting free throws, he's subbing somebody in, getting these girls rest wherever they can.
Well, Bush, I mean,
yeah.
struggled, but still one of their best players is out for the fourth quarter. That's big time. 3 way off the mark from Patton. Fast break, 3-on-1 opportunity. Jones will pull up for a 15-footer, no good. 10 seconds remaining. Eastern State has to hurry, but it's stolen by Clark. 5 seconds left. Clark can fire away for 3. She got fouled.
And
what is
the cardinal rule, Jacob? What is the cardinal rule?
Don't foul a three-point shooter.
Don't foul a three-point shooter. And she goes to the line with 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 shot attempts.
Brandon Taylor arguing that that's happened to some of his players as well, but they have not gotten the calls.
It's funny how three-point shooters are always good free throw shooters.
That'll end the third quarter, and what was a 1-point lead at halftime for Seminole State has turned into a 16-point lead here in the third quarter. Just like that.
And the story of the third quarter, Seminole State picking up that tempo, and you see their offense going up because of it.
We'll take a short break, be right back with the fourth quarter. Don't leave Bravado Wireless.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
A 16-point lead for the Seminole State Bells over Eastern Oklahoma State Mountaineers. Fourth quarter just getting underway. Jacob Toby alongside my partner, Dion Amade. First of two tonight. The boys game coming up next at 7:30. And a quick timeout called by Seminole State's head coach, Rita Story-Shell. The 30-second timeout, we'll keep it here.
That gives us a chance to rehash that third quarter. I mean, saw some things that I liked, saw some things that I was a little disappointed in. We just mentioned it before we went into that break. That tempo really did speed up for this Seminole State team, and because of that, they were able to get some easy points and really open up this lead. But still, a lot of layups, especially on this Eastern Oklahoma State side, being missed in transition. And because of that, there was some frustration that was shown on the faces of some of these ladies out here. Seminole State finding a way to fix that offensive rebounding problem. It kind of seems like more of it is a situation where the ball is just bouncing their way in the third quarter, and hopefully for them, it continues to do so.
Clark and Ash back in there. Ash almost as good as Clark from three. Ainsworth will get to the free throw line. Foul on Gabriel. That's, I believe, her fourth. Yep, it is. Ainsworth to the line, averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds per game. Can't hit.
Yeah, she misses that first one, which is a rare miss because, correct me if I'm wrong, she's above a 60% free throw shooter.
67.
As she makes that second one.
Butler scores. Ainsworth down low again. Blocked that time. And head coach Rita Story-Shell has to be proud right now of the Seminole Bells as the timeout. Oh no, a technical foul.
And she called, apparently the ref did not like the curriculars after the basket.
Yep.
He calls a T.
Unsportsmanlike technical foul called against Butler.
And I think it was a miscommunication right there by the referees, because I was able to see this coming down the court, Jacob, and it looked like there was a little friendly banter between Corals and Butler coming down the court, kind of egging her on to, come on, try and shoot this one. And she goes in and she gets the basket. So I guess he was just letting Corals know that hey, you told me to, I did, I made it. And the referee saw it afterwards and thought it misconstrued the situation. But still, something he didn't like. They run this floor. It's their court right now, and they make the rules. And he didn't like that. So she gets teed up and she has to go to the bench. And Jamie Clark adds to her totals in the scoring box.
Well, Butler and Bush both getting teed up in this game in the second half. Not what Eastern Oklahoma State needed to get back into this game. Now it's a tall task without maybe their two best players in there. Patton is in there, their leading scorer, but James and Bush kind of do it all. Seminole State looking to capitalize. Moving the ball around the zone. Driving easily with the left-handed finish is Quarles.
And a nice reverse layup. We haven't seen that kind of dribble penetration this evening. I mean, explosive through the lane.
And Quarles comes up with a steal. Here she comes underneath to Clark, and Clark is rejected. Back the other way. Delson Rosado is fouled.
And it was all ball, but the body check is what they get her on, and that's going to be 2 shots over there for number 2, Jelania.
Foul on Richardson, that's her 4th. Delson Rosado has not played the last 6 games, coming back today from injury. Previously played at McCook Community College. Quarles. Clark, 13-footer, rims out. Put back up and under by Ainsworth.
And Ainsworth has been a nice addition in the second half. She's been doing it from the post, the free throw line, and really helping these Seminole State Bells extend the lead.
Clark with the rebound. Seminole State not slowing down at all. They'll push the ball as they go underneath. Quarles lets out a scream as she puts it in, and she'll get to the line. Timeout called by Brandon Taylor as you take a look. The N1. 30-second timeout. 78-58, a 20-point lead for Seminole State. Things have gone a bit array here in the second half.
And I mean, with the team that scores in the spurts that Seminole State does, I mean, this is something that they've come accustomed to. I'm pretty sure this fan base has come accustomed to, and we're getting used to.
The Mountaineers average 76 points per game let up. Right now, they've let up 78 with 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Defense not doing its job today. But Seminole State staying true to their three-point percentage coming into this game, 47%. Headlined by Jamie Clark. Right now, it's Quarles at the line. The sophomore from Oklahoma City, went to Midwest City High School. Transfer from Northern Oklahoma College at Tonkawa. Clark, wide open wing three. Gabriel trying to cross over. Shovel pass to the baseline. And a timeout called.
Yeah, that's a smart move by Patton. You could tell she lost her balance over there on the baseline. She knew she was about to fall out of bounds, so she looks up at the ref very calmly, calls timeout, and gives them keeps with Eastern Oklahoma State having the possession.
78-58 with 7:14 remaining. And you want to know some notable alumni that have walked through these doors here?
I thought you'd never ask.
At Seminole State College. How about Nick Blackburn, pitcher for the Minnesota Twins right now? Or retired, rather, in 2014. He was a coach at Booker T. Washington. resigned after the 2017 season. Eric Gagne, former MLB Cy Young Award winner in 2003. Ryan Franklin, a professional baseball player. Evan Gattis, who's in the MLB right now for the Houston Astros, just won a championship a couple of years ago. Simone Edwards, WNBA player. So a lot of talent coming through this school. Put back up by Gabriel, down low.
It's a good job right there, something you haven't seen much of this half. A nice offensive rebound for Eastern Oklahoma State. And a good putback.
Quarles, down low. Chambers blocked.
And that hasn't worked all evening right there where the bigs four.
That's where Eastern has the advantage.
Yeah, they really do. All they do is put their hands up, and that defense has worked to their benefit.
Ash was open, but they didn't get to the ball. Missed opportunity by Quarles. Back to the wing. Underneath, they'll try it again. This time no good. Follow by Ash.
2 offensive rebounds right there. I'm telling you, it's the difference between this score and the score in the first half.
Patton thought about it. Ash looked to be knocked off of one of the Mountaineers.
And they didn't, Eastern Oklahoma State didn't get the turnover, but they were able to stop the penetration of Seminole.
Up inside, Richardson.
And a nice move by her, but not able to finish.
Patton thinking rack all the way, can't hit. Follow is good, pushed up and in by Gabriel. Or rather, that was James. Ash puts it in for 3. The lead has grown to 20. And Seminole State is playing more players than usual. They usually play, 7 to 8 girls, as that 3 is good, but this year it's 10 to 11 deep. Head coach Rita Story-Shell saying that it's kind of like a well-oiled machine. They get up, run the floor, fast pace, a lot of screens, and kind of works.
And it goes hand in hand with their offensive style. When you push that tempo like that, I don't care how much conditioning drills you do in the offseason or during the season, your legs aren't going to be well equipped to handle a full game like that. So you kind of have to put in some reserves just so they're some fresh legs and they're able to run up and down the court the way that they do.
Delson Rosado trying to cross over. Shut off baseline. Got off a shot anyway. Lots of missed shots right now underneath, but a foul called.
And it's always cool to see these head coaches interact with their players on the court right now. You can see Coach Rita for Seminole State still with a big lead over here, still coaching as hard as she can late into this game.
Patton subbed out, their leading scorer. Likely done for the night. Kinsey Callan is checked in for Seminole. Seminole, I believe, has played everyone except Hannah Pittman as the shot clock goes off, but shot was up in the air before the buzzer. Rodriguez can't bank it home. Summer Jones all by herself for two.
And a good job with the outlet pass by number 30 down there, Collins.
Ash. Rodriguez. Timeout called just to get some subs in, I believe, for Seminole. And you take a look at Mountaineers, they go to 0-6 if they lose this game, so not what they envisioned to start their season. 84-65, the lead right now. And did you envision this sort of taking place after a 1-point lead to end the first half?
No, I mean this
Seminole?
this game right here is a what do they call it? A tale of two stories?
Yeah.
Two different
That
halves,
does it.
two different stories, something like that. Forgive us, we're young guys and we don't know all the references yet.
Vickers. That ball stolen, back the other way, and Rodriguez was not looking. Well, there is some silver lining for Eastern Oklahoma State head coach Brandon Taylor. In less than a month, he's expecting a new baby boy.
Well, that's something to celebrate.
Hannah Pittman will check in for her first appearance. Grover is done. So every player on the roster today getting in for Seminole. Patton back on the floor, got knocked down while shooting the three. So that was 12 deep that Seminole State went today. 1:45 remaining in the fourth. Jones.
And that was a really nice fadeaway. Nice move over there by Summer Jones.
Rodriguez. Pull up three is good. Still just too much of a lead built up for Seminole. Not allowing Eastern Oklahoma State to get back in this one. Quarles down low. Everyone on the floor right now. And even though Eastern Oklahoma State down, still good to see players getting on the floor, but that's not a good sign. As Patton, or actually that was Gabriel. And Rodriguez having a moment right there. Under a minute to play. A 20-point lead for the Bells. They will advance to 4-1 in the conference. Crowd starting to cheer. Corner three from Delson Rosado off the mark. Ball blocked by Vickers.
And that was a nice move by Vickers. Very quick hand. She's displayed that ability all evening.
Patton can't get it to go. And Seminole State still on the run. To the corner, Jones. James. 15 seconds to go. So that will do it. An 18-point victory for the Seminole State Bells. They'll advance to 12-4, 4-1 in the Region 2 Conference in the NJCAA. Eastern Oklahoma State dropping to 6-13, 0-6 in Region 2 play.
And just a very, very strong second half from this Seminole State Bells. I mean, a strong performance. They got back into their offensive flow. Fast-paced offense, putting up some three-point shots, but really getting up some offensive rebounds. Really was the turnaround in the game and really propelled them to this victory.
The three-point shooting tonight from Jamie Clark, spectacular. A good game as well from Hannah Ash from downtown. Who was the most outstanding player you saw today?
Oh, it had to be Jamie Clark. I mean, the three-point game that she put on, especially in the first quarter, the way she started off, and was impressive. I tell you that, it was impressive nonetheless.
Just bombs away from downtown by everybody. Like I said before, Seminole State, the best three-point shooting team in all of Division I. As we take a look at some more replays.
You see Jamie Clark right there putting up the three-point shot. One of the things that was most exciting to see tonight. There's Vicker. She gets her own three-point shot off, and you can see everybody's clapping in the stadium after that. And right there, you see Coral's finish with that strong reverse layup. She was explosive all night, especially in the second half. Very good athlete.
Well, a dominant performance by Seminole State in the second half. Like I said, 1-point lead at halftime. A lot of things switched. Some of the things that changed in this game, 2 technical fouls called on Kenesha Bush and Tamaya Butler as well. So that kind of changed the momentum of this game.
Yeah, I mean, this team right here, one of the things you always got to remember, don't foul three-point shooters. And if you get
it's a cardinal sin.
Cardinal sin. If you get a three-point shooting team, you got to know they're going to be good on the free throw line as well. So rebounding offensively, the switch around for Seminole State, that was a difference. And then the shots going up in the second half, transition basketball, fast pace. You saw the bench over there, only 8 players on this Eastern Oklahoma team. So once they got in the fourth quarter in the second half, the legs were kind of gone, and Seminole State took advantage of it.
Seminole State advancing to 4-1 in conference play, and 0-6 Eastern Oklahoma State drops to in Region 2 conference play. We'll be back with the boys game. Are you ready for a second game tonight?
Why not? Why not?
Guys game coming up next. Eastern Oklahoma State taking on Seminole State. We'll be back in a few minutes here on Bravado Wireless. Stay tuned.
Wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.